Hello, good afternoon. How are we all? Hope we're well. I was going to do one thing and now I've changed my mind. So, if anybody's got any last minute Christmas cards, this sounds terrible coming from me. Perhaps this could be what you're looking for. So, I'm going to just create something quite simple. So, I'm going to do a couple of things actually. So, I've got some. This is, let me just measure. This is 14 by 9, 14 by 9 centimeters. Okay, all the way around. Some, this is rough. That's not, and this is rough. You see a bit of a difference. And I've not got any smooth on me today, so I'm just wondering whether it's easier to see on that than it is on that. But my camera is not liking me at all. I am so sorry. It's having a bit of a. Let me put the camera straight because this is really annoying me now. There we go. So I've got these little pieces here, and I've got some of my colours. I've got to genuinely keep in mind. I don't want it too heavy. So first of all, for those people who want a quick how-to, this is it. And if you just want to be able to sit down and just use your paintbrush like me today, I mean, I'm doing all these presents for people and I love doing them, but I'm crocheted out at the moment. You know what I mean? It's becoming everywhere I look, there's wool. It's like that doll. You know, that doll in film, only mine's wool. So I've put a tape round it. The reason I've done that is because I like to have a clean edge. So just put some tape around it. Right, I'm concerned. Right, just let me take that off the camera. There we go. My chair was on camera. Not basically, but the what you know what I mean. So I've got that there. If you go to my Patreons, I'll show you. There's loads more of these to come because I've got like tons of ideas. So my Patreon page is a subscription as well, where you can subscribe from as little as you want to how much you want. So got that one done. Just concerned that this tape isn't that sticker. You know when they say it's non-stick, this is proper non-stick. This is like no stick at all. So I'm just going to move that one and put another one in. If you use it again, I'll put some of this on it, but this pink stuff is much better. Much better. So a quick guide. Sometimes you're better off, right, if you put your paper like how it's meant to be on here, line it up with whatever you can see, and then put your tape on. You can see you're doing it right, can't you? That's what it's here for, but we don't tend to use it like that, do we? We tend to sort of just by eye, everything's by eye. So I'm going to do this pink one. So I rate either the painter's tape or this pink stuff, which is, oh, it was Tesla then. I was going to say it's got its fingers in everybody's pies. So, and the other thing that I normally do, which I haven't done today because of all crocheting, is I put it on a piece of card so that I don't have to sort of worry about all this. Just tidy them up there like that. Get rid of them so they're not in the way. Okay. Right. Okay. So it's a very simple, quick card. Now you can do it this way and I'll do one that way. See, that's sticking now, isn't it? Sod's law. Sod's law. So I've got what I would call a wash brush. And I've got a few of my best friends. I've got a rigger, which is that by Silver. Silverline, these are brilliant. These are the SAA riggers. I love these. I've been introduced to these by Jane Betteridge. And I've dissed riggers for years. until I tried this one, which just shows you, doesn't it? I've got my thingy heater. I'm going to go Magwit heater. And I've got my other small wash brushes, which I adore. I'll be honest with you, I take these everywhere with me. And these are my Raphael brushes. You can see we've got the full range. So basically, you know, I've got the Raphael set. I love them. So I'm going to choose a colour. Okay. And just one colour for now to get us in the mood, so to speak. I managed to get myself some professional watercolours as well when I joined the SAA, which was rather nice. So, you know, my Winsor and Newton professional. Never had professional. I've always had you know, whatever has been around, so to speak. So, and I've got lots and lots of different things. I mean, I've got Royal Talons. I did the paints I did from many years ago, actually, the Van Gogh sets, which are amazing. I love them. I've got vintage set, muted colours. I think this is one of my favourites. So, you know, use whatever you've got, but we're just looking at one colour. So you can either have it that way or twizzle it around and have it another, you know, this way, whichever way you wish. Okay, so I haven't said hello to anybody. How rude. Not got my doodah on. Let's have a look. Hello. Right, there's some people. Hello, hello. I can just see Facebook. Would I like to go to Sandown in January with my friend? Oh, nice. The Virgin Mary. Oh. Right, okay. Right. Right, okay. Well, I'm a bit concerned because I didn't know I was going to be visited by anything like that. So I will take your word for it. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get what we call a little bit loose. So we're going to get a little bit loose. Now, I know I've taken 15 minutes, not even started. So the first one we're going to do is pure letter practice. So you get your big brush or your belly brush, whichever you want to call them. If you don't have one of these, I can highly recommend having a belly brush, because this and the reservoir brush does so much that you don't realise. You hold so much water, and they're just fantastic. When you clean them and you they go right to a tiny point, believe it or not. Anyway, so I've got this one on the long handle one. The reason I'm starting to use these is because my camera interferes. It tries to look for the end of this and it doesn't work. So it confuses it. So can you see, having them longer, so having them shorter, I don't have as much. So we're going to put the first colour on. So first person to tell me a colour. But not red, please, not red. Hi, Dawn. Give us a colour, but not red. The only reason is because it's a difficult one to do. So give us a colour, someone. Hi, Nanika. Hi, Sam. Orange, right. Orange is okay, but the only problem is it's like red, isn't it? I'll go for orange and then we'll go brown. It's just, I was going to do Christmas. Right, greeny blue or purple. Pain's great. Right, okay, we'll go for greeny blue, purple. We'll go for that colour, okay? So I'm looking at my colours and thinking, got this sminky here as well, which is delightful. And I'm going to put the first base colour down, but I'm going to stick to one colour. You can do several of these in different colours just to try out which you like, but this is a painting technique. So I'm going to show you some washes and stuff and how to get the consistency right in a palette to do a little card. It's only like a little how to loosen up a little bit. So we're going to go with, let's go with, what colour is this one here? Oh, Right, so we're going with, I think it's ultramarine. It's not bright enough. So what colour is that there? Oh, we'll go with that one. I don't know what colour it is, but I'm going with that one. Yeah, that's the one. So what I'm going to do is just mix that. This is where pans are a godsend. And the other thing you need is, I've got my water pot. I've got 3 different compartments, and the reason for that is I'm not putting dirty water in my work. I have got that there, so I'm trying to find my little doofus. Bear with me. I was organised. I've had to get the table out. I've had to do this. I've had to do that. Here we are. So get a little water dropper and just put in water like that. Okay, so this now is clean water for your washes. So got a little bit of the blue there. I'm going to go with, no, I can't find it there, but I'm hoping that that's it. No. I had to say this is the only problem. I did have my swatch map, but I don't know where that's gone. No. Oh, come back wherever you are. There we go. So this one is a purple. So I'll put it here and let you see. So we've got a blue and a purple. And I'm just bringing the colour over because I want it in washes. Right. So I'm just going to get another one and I put here, in here, a bit of both. So mixing your colours is great. I am staying with one colour, but what I'm going to do is mix up my own, like turquoise and purple, because I think that will be unique then. I'll just put a little bit in there. So the first thing, I've got that. Have a tester near. So some watercolours I did before. Yep, I like that. It does need a little bit of water, so I'm just going to get my pipette again. Drop some water in. And I'm going to do my first bit. So I've got my paper towel ready to do this. And the first thing I'm going to do is get that wash. Like that. And I'm just going to put it all over in the background. Okay, leave it like that. Put a little bit in there. And I want it to disappear. So you use your paintbrush as an eraser as well. Okay, so I've got a nice little patch there. I've got this. Let's see if this is big enough. Nope. So I'll use my finger. Oh no, here we go. Let's see if this is big enough. Just going to use the bottom of that. This might do it. Yeah, that's a bit better. Just going to take out a little bit there. Not too much, just a little bit. Right, so quick drying. And this is for anybody who's got cards they want to get done pretty quick, but really individual ones. Now, before I forget, I hope you saw on the advert, in April we've got the most amazing event coming up, and it's Ray Ray's Circus, and you've got 8 amazing tutors, all nationalities coming together in Cardiff to create all this amazing 2-day workshops. So I'll go on a little bit about it in a minute, but I'll just carry on with this. So the next thing is we're going to put in another layer. Now I'm just concerned that this wash might need some more. So yeah, so I'm just going to put now a little bit more, and I'm cleaning my brush off because what I don't want is too much water. Right, so clean your brush off, and it is strong colour, and I'm just going to soften that edge using it. There we go. So we've got a mystical light happening. It's really nothing mystical about it. Right? So yeah, so in Cardiff, the Radisson, it's going to be an amazing event. It's going to be Cinnabar herself. We've got Olga, we've got Nika, we've got Anya, Rebecca, Sam, me. I don't know, we got anyone else. I'm going to miss anybody. I hope not. I'm terrible with names. Howard. And we're all going to be sheet to the classes. And that little snippet you saw are the classes that we're going to do. It's amazing. Oh, it smells lovely, that. Right, so the next colour, same colour, and each time you're coming down like that. And then each time, clean off, roll over your brush, and you create. Can you see how it's left it there and just picked it up here? So do another little bit there. There you go. So we're leaving that gap every time. Purple and green for me are the two colours that always go together. I don't know why, but I just love them. Just love them. We'll move that out of the way because it's annoying me. So move this up a little bit. And as I'm drawing on this, what's happening is it's drying pretty fast because it's already warm, the paper. So as I'm putting it on, I dropped my paintbrush in. Oh no, it is. I thought I dropped my little paintbrush in there. I'm thinking, why is it not cleaning? I'm only putting it in the one with no water. Let me show you. I've got two with water, right? 1, 2, and I'm dipping it in that one. Yeah, that's really going to help, isn't it? Yeah, that's really helpful. So now I'm going back to the wash. And again, I'm following that line. Might need a little bit darker there. Following that line. And this time, see how it, with it being natural hair, well, I don't know if it is natural. I'm not too sure. Just going to take that little bit off because what's that? That's a time to register as a mark. Okay. I hope you're not all turning off because you think, oh, this is rubbish. From right down to 12, now 11. And the reason why it's registering so quick is because it's wet underneath and been dried and wet and dried. And, you know, it's quite warm, the paper. You can see it's still wet and we've got a ruffle there. So, again, dip it in the right one with us. Let's pick up some more colour. Let me just check. So here, just putting a little bit more, rolling it away again. A little bit more. Wipe your brush off. Rolling it away again. You see how it's building those layers? So now I'm going to go in with a little, not drying it too much now. Just putting a few blobs like that. Okay. roll it back. And I'm literally not holding my brush. I can show you what I'm doing. I'm literally like that. Just picking it up. I'm picking the water up. I'm not actually moving the paint. I'm picking the water up. Look. Oh. It's the only problem, you need a little pot for these. If you have a big pot, they disappear. Right, let me dry it up a little bit. So we've still got that light area. You have to be careful with what you're heating, because if you're heating too much, it activates the adhesion and it's not great, but I've not had too much problem with this. So to go back, so yeah, it's 2 full days, and I mean, you'd be hard pushed to try and get any workshops with that many people being involved from all over the world. You just, you know, in one place. It's not something that you catch easily. You know, I mean, available and stuff, because it's just you'd have to go to all these different countries to do it. You'd have to go to different events, and it's not. It's just, to me, it would be quite literally all year traveling to get to each one. So to have them all together is like, wow. And it works out so cost effective for each workshop. You get to do 6 workshops and 2 make and takes, and all of those wonderful make and takes are there to show you. So I can only say, have a look. So here I'm going to put in a little bit more because it's still not strong enough. It's the consistency of skimmed milk now. That's better. So I'm just adding in clean my brush off because this is strong. Then roll it back. And then I'm going to go in with really dark. I'm going to put lots of purple in that and just really darken it up at the front. And then really dark down here. Maybe even a snip it up here. Because the darkness will sort of give you the idea of depth, hopefully. So I'm just going to take some of that off. So having this darker stuff up here will perhaps make you think that it's in front. So basically, we've not finished yet, but it's getting there. So just putting a little bit more in here. With the brush, and I'm just using the edge of the brush just to mess it about a bit. Right, I'm going to leave that to one side because it needs to dry. Not a lot. Oh, I'll dry. And it's surprising how light it goes once you dry it, doesn't it? You know, you think, oh wow, that's really dark, but then when you start to look at it, right. So we've got that. I really quite like that. So what we're going for now is like we can add different things to it. You can do whatever you want. So the next one is just while that I'm trying to give it some time to rest. It can't have too long because we've only got an hour, but you know, it's got a little bit of time just to get a bit of curing done. So now I'm just going to fold this over because it's annoying me, and I'm going to do this one while we've got a little bit of time for that. So this is like 2 in 1, but it's the same technique. It's a very simple technique. I certainly didn't invent it anyway. It's been invented many hundreds of years ago by probably Leonardo or someone in his ilk. It's certainly not a craft thing, but you know, it's so easy to use, and it's such a good way of using the colours in the raw state, but you know, making you sort of understand colour theory, or not all of it, but just understanding how colours work when you put colours together, and what happens if you put one colour next to another, how it changes the whole look of it, you know, and brights and stuff like that with cool tones, and then, you know, as always, I like to sort of mess about with some colours. I'm using some greens now, and one of my favourite colours is like a yellow gold or a green gold, and it's a smashing colour, really beautiful colour. It's almost like a lime. It's this colour. This is a set by Sminke. Very, very, how shall I say, exclusive but achievable colours. Yeah, very nice brand. But I tend to work with a lot of good brands, so I'm really lucky. So the next one is same thing. Clean your brush, not too much water on it. I leave my brush there so you can see what I'm doing, because I think people might get a bit confused. So I'm just going to put, this is working this way. I've got a little bit of this, and I'm just going to put, like, using my brush now, right? So this is, you can tell what it is already. So, right, I've got that. I'm pulling some of the colour down. Like that. And I'm just going to put in a bit more colour while I'm waiting for that. And I'm blobbing it on. Technical term, blob. So, looks awful. You don't have to say you're sorry to me. Oh, good. I'm glad. Sharon, you'd be good at this, because this you could do with, you know, Sarah's stuff. Very good. Right. So, see what I mean? That's come off now. That's annoying me. But I'll try and stick it down. I'll try and stay away. In fact, it's annoying me. So, we're just going to shove this on it. This will give you a different frame, but sometimes this can look quite good as well when you just double up your framework. We used to do this, but we used to call it sort of window mounting at school. We used to do it with card as well. But basically, the only reason I knew how to do it, it was because I had crap masking tape at school as well. So I'll put another mount on now. Okay, so we've got that, and it's you can see it doesn't look heavy, does it, at all? I'm going to go in with smaller mops now. I'm just going to go in with some pure colours, a little bit of the. I'm going to get my pipette again, because I've got clean water now, and the back one of my thing is a clean water one. The front one is a dirty one. So again, what we want is the back. Oh, the back to soften. So I've left white gaps on purpose because it's all about light and dark shades. Hi, Jenny. So, see, get some more colours in. I think I might use a little bit more of the colours. So we've got the turquoise, which is a very bright colour, but I quite like it because of fir trees and Christmas trees and stuff. Just got to be a bit careful. It's very bright. But if I had a bit of that, there we go, it's toned it down, and then a bit of the olive, which is a really nice colour. Right, so you can do this with just one colour. I mean, I keep saying that, but I have sort of mixed them up a bit. So I'm just going to blob like that. And I'm going to go right up to this edge that I've already done it and give that a bit of a darker bit. Okay. This is so satisfying to do, and it's very easy to do. I've done this quite a lot on telly. You need to you always get interrupted on telly. It's not their fault. Okay, so this now is a little bit too light here for my liking. So I'm going to give it a little bit of a wash. So I've got a purple and a green together, and that's way too, done it again, way too colourful. So I'm going to go with a little bit of purple. And just putting a little bit of purple there. Not a lot, because, and I'm letting the two mingle. Okay, that's better. So it's softened it up. And we'll have a difference there. And I'm just going to stick my finger in and just do that there. Maybe there as well. And I'll do a couple more, I think. I think it needs a bit more light in it. I need something with a bit rounder. Oh, that's too big. What about this? Oh, perfect. Perfect. That's it. So what I've done there, you can just see light and dark there. Oh, and that's a great spray. Coming up later. Coming up later. So let's go back to this one. So we've got our purpley sort of, I like to think of it as being quite dreamy and, you know, sort of ethereal. So always get yourself a picture of something that you like trees or anything like that you can sort of refer back to. Don't copy, in the sense that, yes, always copy, but don't make it yours. Always tell people, you know, come on, this is where I've got my ideas from. I'm just writing in now, watercolor Christmas cards, and I'm just going to see what I get. Oh, they're horrible. Oh, they're horrible. Right. You need to put in watercolor Christmas tree cards. Don't, because otherwise they look awful. Okay. So it gives you an idea of the structure of a tree. Don't mean you have to copy it. It just gives you an idea, right, of how you want yours to look, or maybe how you don't want them to look. That's another good thing to do. So you choose what you want to do, and you sort of like think, okay, I like that. But then only as a small sort of how can I put it? A small way of it's all it's going to do is just let me just try and do this because I don't know what I'm doing. Oh, boom. There. All it's trying to do is just give you an overall look. So if you're a little bit unsure, use a watercolor pencil straight away. If you're okay, you can go straight in with your brush. But if not, just get yourself. These are my I hate saying lead sticks, but that's what they're called. These are my creator. And these are like my pencil lines, but you know, I've got different colours, so I can choose a colour I want. So if I want to, I could sort of just give myself some structure. Okay, some structure of where I want it to be. So, you know, if you've got, you could put in a, but don't start doing it like 1, 2, 3. It don't work. It really don't work. So with this, I'm going to go in with my fine brush, and I'm going to choose the very darkest colour that I had, which is this, and then I'm going to put Payne's Grey and black. So I don't like black on its own. I never use black on its own. You'll always hear me going off about using black. I like to use Payne's Grey, and I like to make a brown black or a blue black. I just right. So the next one is I'm going to put some dark green in it, which is quite like a racing car green or whatever you want to call it. But I'll show you the dark now. A little bit more Payne's Grey in it. So greedy one. I'm going to go now with more of a purpley one to see which one I like best. So I'm doing the same thing. So here, I'll show you the colour. We've got a greedy purple blue. Put a bit more purple in that one, actually. Might benefit from it. Yeah, that's it. And we've got an a greeny one on the other. So I'll show you the colours. Quite dark, but nice. So fine brush. And all I'm going to do is just drag a line down. Okay. And I've got another one off there. And drag another line down here. Now I'm doing really soft lines, so just let the whatever focus. So here he's got probably going to be my last one, but I'm not doing that one just yet. So I'm going to get my brush and I'm going to get a piece of paper, and I'll do it on this. I'll be shocking. And this is where you think, right, okay, how does my brush work? How will this brush look? Will it be better if I use a finer one? Or will it be better if I use a bigger one or my rigger? This is where you play about now. And a rigger is fantastic because it holds a lot of water and you can sort of really play with it. like that. So we've got the feel of the brush. I'm going to go with I think I'm going to go with my fine one first, and I'm just going to put in straight lines going across, and I'm just doing it like a zigzag, nothing special, zigzags, like cross and across and across and across, like that. No. So and they sort of got disappear down here because we're going to have something else down here. So I'm going to go with the dark again. I'm just going to push this over here, and I've got like some little ones appearing here, and then here, turn it around. And just put in some little tiny elements so that it gives the impression of it being in the front. Now I need to make sure that this doesn't look like that's now in the background. Can you see? So just pulling that in there. Now what I'm going to do, I'm going to get my rigger and put another line on it. I'm going to dry it. Now you can do this another way where you do each tree or line you put is the same shape. It's just a bit smaller, a bit smaller, a bit smaller. So you know, there's tons of ways of doing it. Just if you don't want to do it like me, you don't do it like me. It's as simple as that. Right, I'm going to go in with quite like the ultramarine and the green together, but I like the purple with it because I just think it gives it that edge. So I'm just going to try another. Keep dipping it in that pot. There's no in it. There we go. These are the paints, right, that they were in another pot and the pot broke, and it really upset me because I love them. So I put them in the bottom of this, and they're great because the green and the purple's together. So when I do that, I get a great automatic mingle. I think that's a word, automatic mingle. So if you've only got one colour, honestly, you can still do this. So I've got quite a dark colour now. I've got some purple there with a bit of, oh, I don't know what's in that, but let's have a bit of that. Oh, it works so nicely with ceramic paint. Right, so now I'm going to put in some thick lines. And I'm just building that up there. And I think I've got a little bit too thick. So I can take that off, which I'm quite happy with now. And the last thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to put in the main feature, which would be well, not the main feature, but you just put some wiggle lines on just to darken that edge up there. Like that. So you've got a lot of soft edges. Not the best. But then you've got like an atmospheric picture. It could be Christmas trees. We've got another one coming up. So now what I'm going to do is get a really clean brush. Really, really clean brush. And the opposite to this is, there, I always have it. So purpley blue is orange. Okay. So clean water. Test my colour. Yep. So leave it like that. Oh gosh, I've done it. So put the colour on. And just soften it right out. Just by adding, see that now? Take some of that off because it's made it too much. And you're just inferring a very hazy sort of sunset. More yellow than I have purple, but it doesn't matter. So I'm happy with that. I'm going to leave it to sit a minute and then I'll finish it. Let's go back to the little green ones. Okay, so now this is quite simple. You know, you probably can see what's going to happen with these now. All I'm going to do now is get the very fine one. But that number 2 rig is too big for it. I do have a finer rigger, but it's somewhere safe at the moment. So I've got the greens and the brown and I'm just laying down some bones, so to speak. Let's put in some more shade at the back there. It looks a bit blobby. So, okay, now all I'm doing, cleaning that off. And I'm going from side to side like that. So just side to side, nothing special. Not everywhere. Bring some down here because it's, yeah. Put some little bits there. These are just really fun, quick cards. Nothing They're really not. I don't want anyone to think that, oh yeah, they're not works of art. They're just a fun way of getting some practice in, and I don't like that one, so get rid of it. I'm leaving a little bit of a gap there. Fried egg. Love it. You do get a fried egg now and again. It's not a lot you can do about it. You just don't do it again, innit? Just you have to be really sort of mindful not to channel fried eggs when you're doing it. So I've just added one here that's a little bit bigger than the others, but this will be my main one, sort of sitting across here. So we will see some more detail on this. So I'm picking it up there like that. So, and I'm going to run some lines. So, you know, you might see some branches in between, which don't always have to look like a Christmas tree, does it? So just leave that to one side. Let's have a look at this now. Right. Oh, yeah. Just going to be, I don't know whether I should do this. I'm like that thinking, no, don't do it, don't do it, don't do it. And then other parts go, do it, do it, do it. So half of me is going to get, oh, I like that. And the other half is, oh, you made a right pig's ear now. So I'm finishing touches now, and you can use a pen or whatever you want. I'm going to be doing some, I've just put on some absorbent board on there, some canvases. I'm going to be doing some watercolours on canvas in a minute, which is exciting. So I think what I'm going to use is not going for white because it's too predictable at the moment. So I've got a gold and an orange, but it's copper and a gold. And the reason I'm going for these two is because I think this would work really well on the fried egg. So just a little bit, and then get it to about not too thick. And these are all different. This is a German brand, which is a brilliant brand. And all I'm doing is bringing light to areas where the, you know, the light would hit, giving it a bit more atmosphere. And down here, just finish it with some. This is just iridescent green. It's just that catching that light, soften it up. Don't want anything too heavy. And all I'm going to do then is just take some of this down because it's a little bit bright by scrubbing some gold over it. By scrubbing, I mean taking the colour, just scrubbing. You see? So you put it on, get your brush, wipe it off, get it on, and then scrub it. Okay, so we've got that there. And then just because there's yellow there, and I need to sort of bring that yellow into the front. This is a really good way of loosening up your colour. Seriously, really good way of doing it. It makes you sort of think about light, dark, shade, shape, pattern, form, and you start to sort of get carried away in this little world of dusk or daylight, or all these little tiny sort of hidden elements that your imagination puts there when you read a book or anything like that, and you can see all like characters in your head. It's just the same, but we're just doing it with a. So we've got that same sort of mystical feeling, but not too much, because it can end up looking like, well, if you want it to look like a Christmas tree, that's even better, isn't it? So just put a couple there, and then the last thing I promise you for this, she says, is, now you've got different sizes of white pen. So I was going to use a narrow, but the narrow's not working. So just going to use a little bit of white. Not all over. No way all over. Just, hey, tiny bits. So you can chop this all off if you want, if it's too much for you. So before we whip this off, let's go back to our, well, it's drying nicely. It needs a bit more of a blast. So the very last ones you can do as dark as you want. You can use a pen to add depth if you wish. I'm going to go with a pen if it's not too wet. And I'm just going to put in some wiggly lines, not a lot. And I'm just following the lines of where the watercolour was. So I'm just going to put here, looks a little bit bland. So if you just put some little lines there, what happens is it makes it look more like trees and stuff in the background rather than big brown grey. Oh, for God's sake, green blobs. You can put some more colour in and just faff about a bit for a bit. And then if you really want to go the old log, you can put white on it to make it look like snow if you want, but I'm not too sure. I'll try it here. Might not work. just to show you. Now I know there's lots of people who do it far better than me. There always has been and always will be. But the thing is, they're not me and I'm not them. So I have to do it my way, don't I? So here, I'm quite happy with that. I'm going to whip it all away. And we've got 2 sets on this one. So we've got, like, we used to call it the thingy, the window mounting. And then we used to have another way of window mount, which is quite nice. But can you see we've got that window mounting there? Thank you, Rachel. So that is annoying me. So I'm just going to bring that colour down. I've just been telling everybody, Rachel, about the event and all the details on the front of my video. I've put out details there and I've put it all today. So 3 easy payments, all these amazing people in one place. Crazy. So we've got a window mount. I'm just going to finish that one off now with simple. Now you don't have to do this at all. But because we put 2 sets of masking tape on, perhaps you know, you may want to do it. But we used to call it window mounted. People call it different things, but we used to do this when I was a technician. We used to mount it, provide like a window. So there's your first one. Your forest. Not brilliant, but, you know, passable. It's passable. And then let's do our second one, which is our mystical one. So in an hour, we've been able to do all of this comfortably, not rushing or anything. This is my favourite bit. This and rubbing out, I love it. Like, oh, love it, love it. There we go. So our mystical one with our little bits of glitter on and stuff. So 2 quick cards you can make. You know, whatever you want, dancing around. Little, you could do a little, you know, if you wanted to. Little things flying if you wish, even birds. To give distance. And then I really want to, you know, I want to show people how easy it is to use watercolours, one colour, the opposite colour to give it height. But then all the little paints you've got, so simple, so simple. Yeah, and I've done this hundreds of times on telly, but I never get sick of it because the results are always happy with them, you know. So yeah, I love that. I'm going to do some more. Oh, let me show you. Let me show you. Oh, you're back. Right, I've done. Come out, whenever you're out. Here it is. I've done. You ready? I've done a. Let me move them. Do the presents. I've done this, which you've seen, the blue one. So here's the purple. I didn't like the other one, so I changed it. Here's the purple one. But then, look at this. Slipper. Are you ready for this? The one-piece slipper. How does that look like a bloody slipper? But I've stitched it together there at the back. But are you ready for this? It's a moccasin look. Isn't that cool? If anybody'd like the recipe. So all I do then is I've got to do that round there to do that. and then stitch it up there, and it becomes a moccasin. And then I just finish the edging all the way around there, and Bob's your uncle. Not mine. I found it. But if anyone would like it, there's your little moccasin. Cool, isn't it? So I've used I've used the marble, and I've used an old ply just to get rid of it. But yeah, so I'll show you when it's finished. They stitch up there and there. They stitch up there. Then that sits like that, and that sits like that there. Then I stitch around that side, and you've got a moccasin. Okay. Anyway, tonight at 7 o'clock, I'll be watching our lovely Samantha. Now, she can't guarantee whether she's going to be an hour, 2 hours, or 3 hours. But she's along. She's one of the main people that's going to be at the crafting event at Ray Ray Circus. And if anybody is unsure of any of it, all you've got to do is click on anything that we've got on the video or online, and it'll take you straight there. So whilst I am wobbling on, I'll let you just have a quick look at it. So there's 4 of the pieces we're going to do. Oh, who's that stupid one at left top corner? Me. To get your tickets, early bird price over 3 easy payments. Brilliant. I'm looking forward to it. Look at all the names there. Okay, so I'm going to love you and leave you, and I really hope that you can get to join us, because that's such an exciting thing for us all to work together, but also working with each other, with you. It's just going to be amazing. I hope to see some of the cards. Homework is do some cards and let me see, and then before you know it, you can charge quite a bit for a handmade card like that, which I think I might start doing. Yeah, I'm sick of beans. So I'll love you and leave you, and I will see you Monday, I think. Yeah, Monday. Take care. My Patreon, Jill gets the little design for this if you want, or the other pictures for that you can print out. And I'll see you Monday. So don't forget tonight, watch our Sam. And then over the weekend, you'll see other people around and about.